Hello everyone, so picking off where we last were, before I head off and continue with main scenario quest, I'm going to pick up the side quest that I apparently have here. And that is probably because I finished a dungeon or something. Lorianne looks at you with an appraising eye, or because I finished some of the main scenario quest, I don't know. A wayfarer like yourself must be privy to all manner of tales, yes? So tell me, what do you know of the adventurers who purged the cultists from the ruins of Amdapor Keep? Oh, okay, that's why. Because I did Amdapor Keep. That was me. What? It was you who did the deed? Then you are just the person I have been seeking. There's a man I would have you lend your ear to, a hero known as Addiston. He dwells in Camp Tranquil from where he surveys the Twelveswood. Of late, he has sensed dark stirrings in Amdapor Keep, and would speak with the one who has braved the ruins already. But I shall put no more words in Brother Addiston's mouth. Pray attend him in the South Shroud. If you give him my name as proof of your intent, he will not withhold a single detail of what he has observed. And it's funny how I have that quest, because I was literally just there recording for the Conjurer, or White Mage's, job quest. And we need to speak with Addiston here. Addiston. Yes, I'm Addiston, one ever listening to the Shroud. Pray tell, why have you sought me out? Because I'm a turnip and I need some advice. You're come at Lorianne's urging. Good heavens, the elementals smile upon me, sending one of the brave souls who smote the cultists within Amdapor Keep. Well met, my friend. I am here at a Rune Senna's behest to investigate the keep. You are here because of my findings. Terrible things fester within those ruins, and someone must destroy them. Yes, even though the Lambs of Dalamud and their dealings with Voidsent plague us no more, the foul presence hanging over the place grows stronger by the day. Woodwhalers venture into the keep to find the cause. The reports were chilling. Someone has completed the cultists' rituals and summoned the most ghastly of Voidsent. Over them reigns a leader, peerless in might and malice. You must fell this Voidsent lord, and so dispel the foulness hanging over the ruins. Maxine guards the gates of Amdapor Keep. I shall alert her to your coming. Now go, my friend, and may the elementals guide you to victory. And apparently it was a little slow, so I thought it was a leg again. No. So that is over there, so I'll just quickly head in the correct direction and go over there. Hop, 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 hop. Maxine, what brings you back to this tainted place, adventurer? Ah, so you were the one who has answered Brother Addiston's call to enter the ruins. I warn you, though, the keep has never been more perilous. The evil that dwells within has warped the forest's life, turning woodland animals to brutish beasts. The place is feral. Our only hope is to slay the Voidsent at the heart of the castle. If we do not, well, I pray that the elementals guide your way through the keep, adventurer, and your victory brings peace to the forest. Amdapor Keep hard, now accessible, as I said. And obviously there's the quest for that, so I'm just going to go ahead and hide that for now and do that some other time. So back to Mordona I go, and we need to head over there. And so just over here where the red blarb is, we need to rescue a certain adventurer who has some happelit troubles. Oh, there they are. I was like, where are they? Struggling adventurer. You sense a hostile spirit. I sense a spirit that will soon die. As I said. Seriously, that was ridiculously easy. Struggling adventurer. Then again, I'm also 4 levels higher than it with Ironworks gear. Damn near pissed meself back there. I was hoping to find meself a little one, but the fates went and threw the meanest bugger in all of Madorna at me. Typical. Hold up, you're Celebrian Saragon, ain't ya? The Celebrian Saragon? 7 hells, you're flippin' famous! And you're twice as tough as they said you were and all. Bugger me, I can't believe I'm talking to the woman herself. And now you've gone and seen me at my worst. It was me bleeding pet's fault, I tell ya. Doesn't listen to a darn thing I say. That's in the fact that none of me so-called mates offered to help. When I told him I was off to gut some haplets, most of 'em gave me a confused huh? Or a like I was talking out of me arse. You don't agree though, right? Sure. Yeah, not you too. That's the final bleeding straw, that is. Snow, I was hoping you of all people would understand. I mean, it ain't adventuring if you don't take a few risks, right? Alright, maybe I am a bit out of my depth here. I'll be more careful, I promise. Yep. And because I'm lazy, I'm just gonna teleport there. And so we need to speak with Slothborn. Slothborn. Ah, Slibrin, you have my thanks. That lass I sent you out to instruct trudged back into town looking properly chastised. I thought a lesson from you might pierce that obstinate skull of hers. Nothing I said seemed to work. Truth be told, she seemed more inclined to listen to the rustling of my beard than anything, which came out of my mouth. Ahem. But now that you have demonstrated the skills she yet lacks, it will not be long before her addle-padded peers hear the tale. They will soon realize that one does not become a hero in a day. It requires dedication and perseverance, and learning from each task you undertake. There are no shortcuts, eh, Celebrian? Nope. Intelligence. Mind. Piety. We'll go with the intelligence one. Slothborn. Slothborn is concerned for the sciences receptionist. Ah, would you look at all those people? Seems they're carting in adventurers by the wagon load. More than a few are eager to rap on the sciences door. I wonder if this constant flow of aspiring heroes is what has Tataru looking so perturbed. Might be she could use a friendly ear, So I guess we need to go speak with Tataru, who is apparently over here, guessing in the Rising Stones. Uh-huh. Yeah, and let's see if anybody else has anything new to say. With the Doman younglings dashing around hither and yon, there is hardly a moment of peace to be had. That said, traveling with Yida, it's not as if I knew much peace to begin with. The storm has passed, and a moment's quietude is ours. Tataru is using her newfound time to further her studies, and I would follow her example. If living in Eorzea has taught us anything at all, it is that such restful moments are fleeting. Dark clouds ever stir anew on the horizon. Ominous, ominous, ominous. Yida. I told Flumin all about our adventures in the Southlands. Fake Thancred and all. You won't tell the real Thancred, will you? Flumin. I do not know where we would be without Higiri. The girl has worked tirelessly for us every day since her arrival. Do you suppose all Doman women are so diligent? Hard to say. Yosen, our lessons are through for the moment, but a true adventurer never shirks his duties. I say we shall go on a patrol of Revenant's Toll. Koharu, are you taking a rest too? Promise you'll play with us again soon. That game of hide-and-seek at Vesper Bay was the most fun I've had in forever. Roka, if I were as big as a mountain and strong as a bear like Mr. Boulder is, maybe I would like fighting more. Shiun, Yosen's always been the strongest of us, but even he's no match for Koharu when she's mad. Hehehe. Coltonet. Celebrin, care to watch the lessons before you journey on your way? I dare say your presence would go far to inspire the younglings. Doer. Despite all the hardships they have faced, the younglings pursue their training with great zeal. The older ones would do well to follow their example. They don't look intense and intimidated. Hori Boulder. Reputation and routine begets skill. Skill begets confidence. I would do what I can to see the Domans regain their strength of will. Keep at it, sir. Hey, Giri. 137, 138, 130... Oh, hello there! I've been charged with keeping inventory. Fleamin tells me it's vitally important. Oh dear, I seem to have lost count. My bad. Thancred. Never is a woman more lovely than when she's hard at work, I say. A wild rose, strong in beauty, blooming tall in the face of the frozen winds. Uh-huh. And, cousin, what you doing? Many of my countrymen have found work as frontier hands, helping to transport supplies and continue the expansion of Revenant's Toll. I have been tasked with keeping the equipment here in good repair. It is not particularly glamorous work, but I would help in whatever way I can. Apparently reading skills is something I need to work on. And I think that's everybody, so Tataru. Hello, Celebrian. What might I... Oh, Slathborn thought I could use a friend, did he? What a sweet man, though I did not think my fretting so obvious. Well, I suppose there's no sense in hiding it now. 'Tis a time to reveal my little secret. Uh-oh. Hee, it quite suits me, don't you think? But 'tis not simply for show. I've been learning the mining trade. Why, you might ask? Therein lies the source of my dour demeanor. Ever since we relocated to the Rising Stones, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have stepped out from behind the curtain, so to speak. Our victories over the Empire have granted us a certain degree of fame, and many budding adventurers have traveled from afar with the intention of joining our ranks. And while I welcome each new member that takes up our cause, we have too little coin! As I'm sure you're aware, we are a strictly neutral organization, and ensuring that neutrality means limiting the funds we accept from outside sources. The Scions do receive various means of support from the three major nations, and the Levier twins are quite generous with their families' coffers. Yet this modest income cannot keep pace with our day-to-day expenses. There is also the sundry donated material, of course. Those are delivered to the Adventurers Guild and swiftly allocated to the expansion of Revenant's Toll. While I'll cheerfully leave the toppling of primals to you, 'tis my duty to balance the books and fight the demons of debt. On my honor as receptionist, I will raise the necessary coin with my own two hands. I've been paid for the sturdy mining attire out of my own purse. Which makes it doubly aggravating that my custom-made sledgehammer has yet to arrive. I scrimped and saved especially for that tool. Celebrian, if you would help me to see the Scions survive this fiscal disaster, then I would ask you to travel to the Blacksmith's Guild in Limsa and demand they hand over my commission at once. Oh, and regarding your travel expenses, I'll have to check our available funds. Once you have my sledgehammer, pray leave it with Flihamin. I shall be out digging up riches the best I can with the equipment I have. Crystal clusters, here I come. Somehow this does not sound like a good idea. The Blacksmith's Guild must have finished my commission by now. Once you have managed to procure my sledgehammer, pray leave it in Flihamin's care. I shall be on the field unearthing what treasures I may. So, to Lenosa it is. Or Lenosha. Limsa, specifically. And so, we need to head up over there, so I'm going to teleport to the Aft Castle, because I believe that is the closest Ethernet. Alrighty. So, heading over here, and we need to speak with the Guildmaster. Bersail. Well, now, lass, what brings you back to me forge? Got some new masterpieces smating to show me? Eh? You're here about a commission? Something weren't delivered? Now that is passing strange. Unless 'twere an ale-induced dream, I'm fairly certain Mistress Tataru's Tataru's tool was shipped off days ago. I'm not like to forget the forging of his sludge what needed flowers engraved on the head. Could be the porter met with misfortune on the road. If the blokes we employ are in town, then you'd find him south of the O'Cant, on one of them empty landings. Seeing as we've heard not one way or the other, though, I'd be of a mind to cast some doubt on their whole operation. What an upsetting business. Might need a pint or two to put it all behind me. And so, we obviously need to Go there. So I'm gonna teleport to... Wait, let's see that again. Teleport to the Fisherman's Guild. Prickly Porter. Bugger off, I've work to do. Out. Hey, a delivery from the Smithies to Mordona? How the bloody hell should I know? I just hauled the crates. Hang on a moment. You said Mordona, aye? Me mate was meant to see a shipment up to Revenant's Toll a while back, but took ill just afore he was due to leave. Not to worry, I said. I'll take it there me very own... Oh, bugger it. Well, we got bleedin' busy, didn't we? And I figured someone would come looking if their precious package didn't arrive any road. And there you are. The crate you want is back there someplace, marked and all. You can grab it your own self. Box for Tataru. And so we'll teleport back to Mordona and speak with Tataru. Everybody else seems to be in the same spot, except Tataru's out on the field. Greetings, Celebrian. Tataru made mention of a missing delivery. Were you able to coax her commission from the Blacksmith's Guild? Box for Tataru. This box is so heavy you doubt tiny little Tataru will be able to carry it around herself. Wonderful. I shall keep it here with me until Tataru returns from her mining expedition. She is not one to approach matters by half, is she? Rising Stones couldn't ask for a more able administrator. Still, I am somewhat worried for her well-being. I realize Tataru means to mine and not more, but even the outskirts of Revenant's Toll are not free of prowling dangers. Would you mind tracking down our industrious Lullafell and see that she has not come to harm? As far as I'm aware, Tataru intended to start her digging in the hills near the Tangle. You may have to call out to attract her attention. Tataru is to be found mining northeast of the Tangle. First, make your way to the destination marker. With a chat mode in Say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter any phrase that contains the name Tataru to attract the receptionist's attention. And here you can make up a whole bunch of phrases as long as you have capital T-A-T. A-R-U. Yes, I forgot how to spell her name. Shh. And so we need to head over here. And I'm just going to switch to my ninja quickly. Because they should ignore me then, because I'm 10 levels higher than them. Because I don't really want to deal with them. And so here, and with this in Say, I shall say Tataru. Breaking rock and splitting stone, I'll raise a fortune on my own. Delving deep for precious ore, I'll take a rest and dig some more. As the marble follows behind her. Toss aside the pebbles, toss aside the dirt. Toss aside the signs who shirk their work. Phew, I think I'll call it a day. I'll make much better progress when Celebrian brings back my sledgehammer. Yes, I might even make enough money to indulge a little. Blood currant tarts for morning tea every single day. I could just make those for you. Was that someone calling my name? Yep. Tataru. Little la la la. Little la la la. Little la la la. That's our cue to go searching for Tataru. We should be cowering over somewhere there. Tataru! Tataru. Grade 12 above. I thought I'd eaten my last currant tart for a moment there. Thank you ever so much. I believe it's 'tis past time I returned to the Rising Stones. Uh-huh. I do have to say she looks really cute in the mining gear. Rising Stones entrance. Thingy. Thing. And so we need to speak with Tataru. Tataru. Celebrian, I must thank you again. I've received my commission from Flumen. The floral engraving is absolutely perfect. After nearly becoming dinner for a mortal, though, I'm not so eager to head back out into the field. In any case, no more solo mining trips for me. I shall be sure to drag along one or two handy adventurer types to serve as bodyguards. I suppose I'll have to pay them, though. Well, no matter. That simply means I'll need to dig twice as hard. Cordial. Tataru. Tataru would have you indulge the attention of your young admirers. You have been an immeasurable help as always, Celebrian, but could you perhaps spare a little more of your time? To put the matter simply, the Doman children have been chattering about you endlessly. 'Twould mean the world to them to see their hero again. Yosin. Look! It's Miss Celebrian! She's back from her adventures! We heard you were off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. No, you don't, kid. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Miss Celebrian? Maybe you could show us how you fight the primals. What's all this commotion, then? Mr. Boulder and Mistress Coltonette, did you know that Miss Celebrian is back? So it would seem. Welcome home, Celebrian. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Hurry Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coltonette. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the art of combat. Ugh, I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. And we were just asking Miss Celebrian if she could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside her, don't you? No. Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mortona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Celebrian? Demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Hurry, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you were merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Ha ha ha! Well, mayhaps I am, but what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Celebrian? Would you consent to spar with me? You mean beat you to a pulp? Hooray! We're to have a tournament! Come on, everyone, we must prepare our gear for an outing! Do try not to disappoint them. Have faith, Coltonette. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. The fields to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. And so we need to speak with... oh, I guess we just need to head out. Let's see if anybody has something to say. Nothing warms me inside quite like Kigiri's tea. Truly it is salve for the body and soul. Yeesh, Tola. Just as some children possess wisdom beyond their years, some adults are little more than children writ large. Remember this, and it should save you a measure of frustration in your dealings with those around you. Papalamo. I dare say they heard you walking a mile away. You didn't think were dashed out not moments ago. Will they ever start acting their age? Flihiman. Higiri has told me about a doman tea with a most remarkable fragrance. What I would not give to taste it for myself. Higiri. So turn we to heroes of conscience unstained. May all stop at naught till what's lost is regained. Oh, hello again. Flihiman has been teaching me some Eorzean ballads. Though I hail from a faraway land, there is something about music that truly transcends borders. And I guess Hosen's the only one over here? Hosen. Where did everyone run off to all of a sudden? It is not that I mind so much. The quiet is most conducive to focusing on my tasks. Well, they think they're gonna see me fight, probably. Maybe. Possibly. Something. Anyhow, so we're gonna head out and meet Hoary Boulder over to the eastern side. So over here. There. This is one of my favorite parts as well. And we'll just hop down. Coltonet. Since becoming a scion, I've had much opportunity to hear news of your epic deeds. I must confess, then, that my excitement rivals that of the children's at the prospect of seeing you in action firsthand. Shiyun. Shiyun. We had a master of lessons back in Doma, and the way he taught us was very different from Mr. Boulder. I'm not sure which way is better, but I think I like them both. Roka. Is sparring dangerous? I don't think I want to see anyone else being hurt. Koharu. As we left the Rising Stones, Mr. Thancred asked us where we were going. I told him we were off to watch you and Mr. Boulder fight, and he looked very surprised. I hope we haven't made him cross. Yesin. Miss Celebrity is here. Let the battle begin. Hoary Boulder. 'Twas good of you to agree to this, Celebrian. I trust you are ready to begin. Yep. Very well. Let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Ahem, Hori, are you certain you wish to fight her alone? That is Celebrian you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the science to begin with. Without Celebrian to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello, you haven't begun yet, have you? Yida? Who are all these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Celebrian's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You had best claim victory, Bringer of Light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. If only. We shall soon see. On your guard. Smirk. So I kind of messed that up. That's okay. Day and night I've owned my skills. Now comes the time to test them. Ugh, such power. Tales rarely do you justice. Roka, Mr. Boulder won't lose, will he? Shiyun, it's not over yet. It can't be. Coltonet the Cultured. Aye, the children have the right of it. This 'tis time I joined the fray. On your feet, Hori. And, of course, taking out the cultist is the best thing to do. Because otherwise Hori will keep draining or healing Hori. I must admit defeat was an honor and a privilege. Oh no, he looks hurt! Mr. Celebrian is so strong, but you can't give up, Mr. Boulder. Aw, there are more pressing matters at hand. Can't disappoint the younglings! Roar! He loses. 'Tis your example I follow. Surrender not to the implacable foe. You have bested me. I yield. Shock. Gasp. That was incredible. She beat them both at the same time. Sort of. We knew you couldn't lose, Celebrian. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Frontier Hand. Now I see why they send you to deal with the Primos. I have much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Experienced adventurer, or whatever. I think was what they were called. Impressive as always, Celebrian. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. Do you recall when first we met? 'Twas at the memorial service for the Battle of Carzano. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The Legatus's single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. 'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people. These wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish, a wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. I wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the signs of the FFXIV alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Asians is a new, expanded organization that operates behind or beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. And so we'll head back into Mordona and speak with Elfino in the Rising Stones. Let's see if anybody else has anything to say now. Ida. I can't wait for Elfino to start his new company. I love making new friends. Papa Lambo. I wish Ida were not so eager to look to the future when we have so many problems in the here and now. Ishtola. I fear Yuda's boundless optimism is beginning to affect my better judgments, and your tendency to triumph against the most terrible foes is certainly not helping matters. Thancred, your bout with Hoary Boulder was more stirring than 100 lines of my most passionate poetry. Perhaps I should arrange a sparring match of my own. Perhaps. Delaware. Our domain farming methods have been adopted here on the frontier. 'Tis too early yet to know if they will prove to be effective. Tataru. No, this won't do it. It won't do it at all. And then I'll have to... Oh, hello, Slubrin. If you don't mind, I'm terribly busy at the moment. Okay, bye-bye. Damon. 'Tis not enough that I am here for my daughter. I must do what little I can to help you and all succeed in your monumental tasks. Yeah, Giri. This place has become as a hive, and its bees flit about in constant motion. Perhaps a soothing pot of tea will coax one or two to alight and take a moment's rest. We talked to him. Yosin. My people's spirits were thoroughly crushed by the loss of our homeland, but thanks to your courage and generosity, I see their inner flames once more flicker back to life. I too have felt my strength of will make a gradual return. Coltonet. I thought the idea foolish at first, but it seems that sparring match well served its purpose. I can't hardly wait to return to my studies and seek to improve upon my technique. Hoary Boulder. Slubrin, I must thank you again for agreeing to our bout, and I must thank the gods 'twas not a duel to the death. I will, however, cherish the lesson of each scrap and bruise as I work to better my swordplay. Yosin. Mr. Boulder fought well, but he was no match for you, Miss Slubrin. Just you wait. One day I'll be good enough to knock you from the top of your mountain. Shiun. We need to decide who in our adventurers guild will do what. I'm fairly sure Yosin will have to be the sword fighter. He always has to be in the thick of the action. Koharu. Mr. Boulder is sore and beaten, but he said he'd return straight to his training. I don't think he likes to lose. Roka. I like the way Mr. Coltonet fought. No swords or fists. I wonder if I studied hard, would I be able to cast spells like that too? Who knows, kid? Who knows? And that's it for everybody over here, so into the Solar to speak with Elfino. In Philia. With the primal threat presently subdued, now is the perfect time to focus on new endeavors. Elfino has long been laying the groundwork for this organization of his, and he looks to you to help turn his proposal into reality. Pray lend him what aid you can. Bit of a spoilery. Thank you for coming, Celebrian. Elfino. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Strength, vitality, and dexterity. We'll go for the vitality. Elfino. Elfino wishes to request your assistance for his new endeavor. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th astral era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces, of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land, and directly against threats that no single nation would hope to overcome alone. Yet, while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation accorded to the Scions. 'Tis my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people, but as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With this new company under the Science's command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Science are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true border-spanning grand company, 'tis yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Thank you. 'Tis reassuring indeed to know that the bringer of light and her discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Our first destination will be Limsa Lominsa. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. And so we'll go to Bulwark Hall. So, just over here. We need to speak with Elfino, who is apparently right there. Elfino. Ah, there you are. I'm ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Blofusvin. While the Admiral and I are finalizing promissory boundaries and signing parchments, would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it, and you needn't change into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter that we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. So, we need to go up the elevator. And go over there, and over there, and over there. And so we will start over in these two locations first, I guess. So, this way. And we'll start with the anchor yard over there first. Or this one, I guess. I don't know. So, around here somewhere, I'm going to just zoom out. We have scout for potential recruits on the upper decks. Well, we'll head over here just because Maybe there'll be somebody in there. And it turns out there is. I must have remembered. Roswin. Who in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sun knight in shining plate. If you're looking for your self-righteous fop, try knocking on the dandy Carvalian's door. And... okay. -2 over there. We will try over here. Real. Well, if it ain't Celebrian, I'd not forget a venture brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Riol, don't you? Formerly of the Company of Heroes? 3 whistles at Bronze Lake? It ain't often I drag me arse out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How fare ye these days? You're looking to put together a new crew? Top tier work? Ha! Sounds like a right lark it does. Alright, lass, count me in. The heroes have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into me grave just yet. And I knew we knew him somewhere before. If you recall, we needed to whistle and Camp Overlook? No, Camp Bronze Lake, as he said. Duh. Anyways, and then he gave us information about the whereabouts of the Titan entrance, as he also mentioned. I will head down over here and see if anybody is over here. Nope, that's going to be the end of it. So there must be at least one other person somewhere around here. Naza. Hello. As a precursor to a knight of yours in grand company. While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Neldic and Vermilies keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. Good to know. So that's it for over there. So the next we need to head over here. So I'm going to teleport to the Culinaries Guild, I guess, because that's the closer one. Well, not, because that would, well, I guess I could head to the Marauders since I'm going to have backtrack anyway. So teleport to the Marauders Guild. Marauders Guild. And so we'll take a look in here first. And I see Raynor up there. I suppose that's the second last. Master Alphino's new organization. Yes, I had heard the formation of his trial company was in the offing. 'Tis with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa Luminsa must needs receive my full attention. Good to know. Caravelle Lane. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity. I must say your proposal intrigues me, but the Krakens well know that there is a time to act and a time to watch, and I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Puffed. And now I'm going to teleport to... oh, the airship landing. Okay, I'm going to go back up over here and go to the Drowning Wench and use the elevator and head down to the, or head up to, I guess it'd be head up to, head up to the airship landing. And we need to speak with Elfino. Elfino. Slebrin, your recruiting went well, I trust. I'm curious as to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa Luminsa. A member of the legendary Company of Heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I, too, was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seats here proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I will await your arrival at Nofika's altar. And so I'm gonna teleport to the Black Shroud, Gridania, because that's just faster. Because we need to head over there, and I'll teleport from the Aetheryte to the Conjurer's Guild. And I ran past Alphino. I'm gonna switch back to my samurai. Alphino. My audience with the Elder Seeds here is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well of potential candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. Yes, sir. So we need to head there, and there, and there. And now we're there. And I'm going the wrong direction. So we'll start there, then there, then there, and then make our way that way. Which is most likely the initial plan, idea, thing. Anyway. Because this side is the closest to the airship landing area. Stop sign, donga donga. And look at that, we found a person already. Laurentis. Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Eh? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron at Buscarin's. Yes, now I remember. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if Guile had changed me more than I realized. Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. Humph. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. What of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting, eh? And what is your policy on reformed convicts? As matter stands, the Wood Whalers would have naught more to do with me. This may be just the second chance I was looking for. Revenant's toll, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I'm a changed man. I forgot about that dude. I remember him, but I forgot about him. And next we need to head over this way. Just realized why the samurai gear, well, not just samurai, but what is it? Pugilist, monk, and samurai's gear was always amusing to me. It reminds me of... Oh, it's those two. What about they join us, now that I said that? It reminds me of a Thumbelina dress in the movie Thumbelina. Anyway, Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry, we were just... Oh, celebrating, isn't it? It has been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbell Mines. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then. But look how far you've come. Mother Miyun tells us 'twas you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf, and now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. My back is perfectly fine, I tell you. You'll have to tie me to my bed if you just think to prevent me from... Ow. Well, mayhaps I will rest for just a short while. If you would have me, I would be glad to join your new company. I shall make for Revenant's Toll once I've escorted my dear friend back home. Guess I could have talked to the other ones before, too. Oh, well. No one over here. And... Aha! Ursendel. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions? I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young mistress, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. And think you joined. And so the last one is somewhere over in this direction. Seeing gold. 'Tis not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. Okay. And so we'll head back over this way, and then head back. We weren't over this way before, so we can't head back somewhere we haven't been before. Anyhow, we'll head over this way to the airship landing. And so we need to head down over here and speak with Elfino, unless of course I've already passed him. Nope, I have not. Elfino. What news, Celebrian? For my part, the elder Seatseer was most amenable to her requirements. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer, our company will not lack for variety, and much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Ul'dah whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavour to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Alrighty, and we need to head over that way, or, well, the other direction too, doesn't matter. Elfino. Ul'dah, the guild city, where once fortune defines one's worth, I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest ascending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana would take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are completed. Good hunting, Celebrian. And like a realistic person, I'll just jump over the ledge and not hurt myself, except I hurt myself, so fail. So, I need to spot anybody over here. And a red. Hello. Wait, you're the lady who came to Little Alamigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't? I'd probably be dead and a whole lot more of my friends besides. We were such fools. Anyhow, that disaster really got me to thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I had been manipulated and vowed to make of myself a more worldly man. So here I am. A new company of champions, and you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. And some oopsies. Now we need to head over there and there. My oopsies was because I zoomed in on the map instead of zooming out on here. And I meant to say I zoomed out on the map. I give up. So, we need to find a bunch of people that are either here and there. There's 4 more to find. And Bert. Have you come to tell me the news, soldier? Well, I've already heard it. Seems the would-be savior of Uldah's refugees went to and got himself killed. Not by your hand. He was just as much a pawn as the hapless cast-offs you sought to deceive. Eh? That's not why you're here? Aye, you'd be surprised what rumors drift round to Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. Well, that is good information to know. And so, we'll head back over this way because there's probably more on the other side. Swintgott. A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire. Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next stall over. let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. So, is that a no? Now, we need to head over this way. Orson. Ah, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me, perchance? I am Orson of the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Thank you again for timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on dry bones less fortunate. Most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion Thancred, wasn't it? Ah, 'tis new companions you seek, then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good, but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. And so the next one is Yellow Moon. I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me? Is this some new-fashioned manner of propositioning a lady? Well, I'm afraid you are wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, miss. Yeah, that's not it at all, dude. Lady. Thing. It. Person. Stop sign. Dwinga dwinga. Ma'am is the word I was looking for. Okay, so we need to head back up to the Chamber of Rule. It's a little Lalafell. Gladiator. And Elfino. How fared you, Celebrian? What hidden gems did the streets of Ul'dah offer up to your unrelenting gaze? A single Alamegan youth? Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, and the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Celebrian. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessings. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the document signed and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. You are concerned by the Syndicate's involvement? As was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubt surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for a united Eorzea.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Well then, so we will teleport back to the Rising Stones. Or, well, Revenant's Toll, and then head into the Rising Stones. Manphilia. With, blah 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 blah. Elfino. That is not a journey I soon wish to repeat, but I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our effort is at hand. I must see to the preparations for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Labrian. I am certain the antecedent will be relieved to see you free for other duties. Manphilia. Manphilia appears eager to welcome you back to Revenant's Toll. Greetings, Celebrian. Elfino tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scion shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Elfino to see that all is in readiness, so I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Revenant's Toll of late, and I wonder if Slathborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there's aught he requires? Okie dokie. Exiting the Rising Stones. Slathborn. What can I do for you, Celebrian? I thought you'd have your hands full helping out with this new arm of the science. Ha! I barely noticed your recruits arrive. 'Twas barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have pass through here every day. While I appreciate your offer of aid, 'tis more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Slaffborn, the shipment! We couldn't... Godswoman, what befell? We were bringing a shipment to Revenant's Toll, provisions earmarked for the frontier effort, but just as we sought to cross over into Mordona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. They were many, too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There is naught to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics are involved, then this is like to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did these supplies originate? House Fortams. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that they are apprised of this development. Celebrian, were you not on good terms with the Knights of House Fortams? I will be sending them a missive immediately. Of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Aye aye, on my way. Thank you for your understanding. I am certain Lord Harshifant will be glad of your assistance. So, we will head to Camp Dragonhead. And so, we need to head over into this building. Hippity hop. Harshifant. Well, if it isn't my true friend Celebrian Saragon, would you care for a plate of roast karakul? Some mulled wine? No? I see you're not coming in. I see you have not come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was in fact on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Revenant's Toll, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. Nopers. Harshifant. Lord Harshifant awaits information of the reason for your visit to Camp Dragonhead.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurthus soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Forton does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows? knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait. Hellone's blessings be upon you! Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
And so we will speak with Julamont at White Brim Front, which is down over there, down is westward. That doesn't look creepy at all. Julamont. Celebrian, welcome, welcome. We'll be pleased to know that the repairs to Stone Vigil proceed apace. We shall rebuild sure and strong, that the Duranians might batter themselves senseless against our shield in the west. I would venture, however, that matters of masonry are not what brought you to Whitebrim. On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say? By the Fury, but you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess, then, it is a sad truth that the wild hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly without warning, nor are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this Iceheart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Mayhaps you could carry to question one of their recent victims. As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a traitor was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow, and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his facilities, whatever, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. So, I guess we're going to the hospital thingy, which is across over there. Right here. Mistreated merchant. Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I'm quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly Blackhearts. I was traveling my usual route to Whitebrim Front when a sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armor, crystal, they were taking everything. 'Twas then that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that is where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived at all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. And so we need to search the wilds of Snowcloak and defeat any heretics you encounter, which is over that way. And obviously there's a lot of unfortunate individuals here. And I guess we need to go further this way. Outstander Knight. Ah, try your weapons, foul. Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You are come seeking heretics? Then we share a common purpose. We are on patrol when we chanced across one of their raiding parties and pursued them here. By rights, we should have had them cornered in this ravine, and yet they are gone, vanished like icy wraiths. You glimpsed a woman atop the cliff? Could it be Iceheart herself came to sneer at our folly? And to where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. 'Twould be best were we to return to Whitebrim Front and lay our suspicions before Lord Drillamont. So we will go back to speak with Drillamont, and that will probably be it for this video. Drillamont. Slowbrin, it appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in the report. The men you found out near Snowcloak were some of my finest. That they should be bested so handily. I fear I have wholly underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. 'Twould be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Harshyfont of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. And so I guess we'll speak with Harshyfont. And then that will be it. Alrighty. And speaking to Harshyfont.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart? Indeed, and this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
And I guess we'll talk to Slapborn to finish off that quest. Slapborn. Slabrian, 'tis good to see you return to the Toll. How fared you in the frozen wastes of Corthus? House Fortemps is to send us a second shipment. I must send thanks to Lord Harshyfont for his continued generosity. Yet even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear it will attract ever greater numbers of those who would do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us Elfino's new recruits included must remain vigilant against such threats. And so we got the trace of those helms, and I'm going to go for that one. And obviously that's the end of that quest, so that is where we're going to leave this video. So thanks for watching.